Hidden beneath the lush jungles of Vietnam lies one of the most extraordinary engineering feats of the Vietnam War: the Ho Chi tunnels. This vast underground network played a crucial role in the conflict, showcasing the ingenuity and resilience of the Vietnamese people. The Ho Chi tunnels were an intricate maze stretching over 250 kilometers, located about 70 kilometers northwest of Saigon, now Ho Chi Minh City. These tunnels were constructed and expanded over decades, initially during Vietnam's struggle for independence from French colonial rule, and later during the Vietnam War as a strategic stronghold for the Viet Cong. Designed to serve as a base of operations, the tunnels were more than just passageways. They contained living quarters, kitchens, weapons factories, storage rooms, and even makeshift hospitals. Today, the Ho Chi tunnels are preserved as a historical site, offering visitors a glimpse into life underground during the war. Tourists can crawl through sections of the tunnels, marvel at the ingenuity of the air vents disguised as termite mounds, and see examples of the tools and weapons crafted by the Viet Cong. The tunnels were designed to disorient intruders with false tunnels and dead ends. These decoys often led to traps or ambush points, turning the maze-like structure into a psychological weapon as much as a physical one. The site also highlights the darker side of warfare, showcasing the traps and techniques used to outwit and injure enemy forces. It's a stark reminder of the hardships endured by both sides during the conflict. One of the most infamous traps was the punji stick trap. These traps featured sharpened bamboo stakes, often smeared with poison or filth to cause infections. The stakes were hidden in concealed pits or along narrow tunnel corridors. If an unsuspecting soldier stepped into or brushed against one, the result was a painful injury that could incapacitate them for days. The doorway trap was another clever design. Hidden along passageways, these swinging traps were equipped with spikes or blades. Triggered by movement, they could swing down at an intruder with deadly precision. Each of these weapons tells a story, not just of engineering and innovation, but of the soldiers who carried them into one of the most challenging conflicts of the 20th century. From the dense jungles to urban battlefields, these guns shaped the outcomes of countless engagements during the Vietnam War. The Vietnam War wasn't just a battle in the skies or the jungles. It was also fought with armored vehicles that thundered through challenging terrains. Tanks played a significant role, offering firepower, protection, and mobility to ground forces. The tunnels were incredibly narrow, some just 23 feet wide and 5 feet tall, designed to accommodate the smaller stature of the Viet Cong soldiers while hindering larger, Western intruders. Crawling through these passages required both physical and mental strength, as the air was stifling and visibility was almost non-existent. The Ho Chi tunnels were more than a single layer of passages. They had up to 3 levels, with depths ranging from 10 to 30 feet. Each level served a specific purpose: the upper levels for quick access and combat, and the deeper levels for living quarters, storage, and meeting rooms. The lowest level often provided an escape route to nearby rivers or the jungle. Living conditions inside the tunnels were harsh. Soldiers and civilians often spent days, even weeks, underground to avoid detection. The living quarters were small, with just enough space to lie down. Light came from oil lamps, and air was ventilated through disguised holes leading to the surface, camouflaged as termite mounds or natural features. The tunnels housed small workshops where the Viet Cong repaired weapons, made booby traps, and constructed improvised explosives. Ammunition and supplies were stored underground, protected from airstrikes and artillery. Cooking was a daily challenge. The Viet Cong built underground kitchens with ingenious ventilation systems that dispersed smoke far away from the tunnel's entrances, reducing the risk of detection by enemy forces. Meals were simple and often consisted of rice, roots, and anything they could forage or farm. Life inside the tunnels was grueling. The heat, humidity, and constant threat of attack tested the limits of human endurance. Despite these conditions, the Viet Cong displayed remarkable resilience, using the tunnels to outmaneuver and outlast their enemies. In the dense jungles of Vietnam, one weapon became synonymous with guerrilla warfare and resistance: the AK-47. Known for its reliability, simplicity, and effectiveness, this rifle was a game-changer in the Vietnam War. The AK-47, or Avtomat Kalashnikova Model 1947, was developed in the Soviet Union by Mikhail Kalashnikov. Designed to be a rugged and easy-to-use assault rifle, the rifle quickly became a symbol of Soviet military power and was supplied to allies around the world, including North Vietnam. The AK-47's design made it perfect for Vietnam's harsh conditions. Its loose tolerances allowed it to function reliably in mud, water, and dirt, environments that often caused issues for more precision-engineered weapons like the American M16. This reliability gave the AK-47 a distinct advantage in guerrilla warfare, where maintaining equipment under difficult conditions was critical. The AK-47 features a gas-operated system with a rotating bolt, a 30-round detachable magazine, and an effective range of up to 300 meters. It's simple to disassemble, clean, and repair, making it ideal for poorly equipped or trained fighters. Its wooden stock and rugged steel construction could withstand the wear and tear of jungle combat. The AK-47 was the standard weapon of the North Vietnamese Army, NVA, and the Viet Cong. Supplied primarily by the Soviet Union and China, it was smuggled into South Vietnam through the Ho Chi Minh Trail. In the hands of guerrilla fighters, the AK-47 became a symbol of resistance and a powerful tool against the technologically superior American forces. The distinctive sound of the AK-47's rapid fire struck fear into many U.S. soldiers. Though largely replaced by more modern firearms by the time of the Vietnam War, the M1 rifle, also known as the M1 Garand, still saw limited use in the early stages of the conflict. This legendary rifle, a staple of World War II and the Korean War, played a supporting role for some U.S. and Allied forces in Vietnam. By the time the Vietnam War escalated, the M1 rifle had largely been replaced by the M14 and later the M16 as the primary weapon for U.S. forces. However, it remained in service in certain roles. American advisors training South Vietnamese troops often provided them with surplus M1 rifles. These weapons were reliable, accurate, and familiar to older American soldiers who had used them in previous wars. While its role in Vietnam was limited, the M1 Garand left a lasting impression. For many soldiers and advisors, it symbolized reliability and firepower, even in the challenging conditions of the war. Thank you for exploring the fascinating world inside the Cu Chi tunnels. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. What other historical stories should we uncover next?